a creep from the deep who's controlled by a brain slug? What's not to love? Today let's talk about this awesome set, and check out all the incredible pieces as well. Let's do it. Alright, so I was ready to say that this set was horrible, because as a kid, I didn't much care for this set. The slim limbs with no room for armor at all, it just felt a bit dull. And the mask, I thought it looked a little goofy. And the swords, we'd seen them before. In other colors, in other sets. This set just kind of felt like LEGO just sort of threw a few pieces together and went, sure, here we go, we're done. Aquagorn did not do it for me 12 or so years ago. But now, 12 years later, I wanted to give Aquagorn another chance. So I did a bit of research on the character. And I learnt that the inspiration for Aquagorn is a few interesting things. One of them was Gorgons from Greek mythology. They also got some inspo from the creature from the Black Lagoon, and piranhas. So with all of this in mind, now taking a look at the set, I can totally see that. Suddenly, this doesn't look that bad. I kind of like that he has that slim, unarmored look, because that does aid in that kind of creepy and gangly aquatic monster vibe. And then I also spent some time kind of posing and playing with Aquagorn, and man, he poses really, really well. And let's face it, having two swords certainly helps with that a lot. It's just so easy and electric to put this guy in all sorts of badass positions. Yeah, okay, who cares if we've seen these swords before? They look great. And the Transdark Blue looks lovely with the other Transdark Blue pieces. And the way it pops against the yellow, oh baby. Plus too, I like to think that maybe these swords have some sort of water powers, given the color. That's cool. But the best thing about this, you see the little connection point on the back? Yeah, you can link these swords together and turn them into a double-sided blade, like he's frickin' Darth Maul. They didn't have to include that feature, but they did. Isn't it cool that, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 new pieces is enough to drastically improve this design? That's frickin' cool. And going back to that mask, I do actually appreciate the flat design. It's kind of more of a masquerade style mask. Now, sure, okay, it's flat so that the brain slug can fit behind it. That's the logistical reason that this is like this. But regardless, it is nice to get a different shape for a mask. Many other masks that we've seen before, they kind of flow over the top and the sides, which is cool. But getting something like this that we've not really seen before, that's refreshing. And hey, even these yellow spikes that kind of neatly frame the face, that's a nice inclusion. So I don't know what I was thinking as a kid, this set is actually pretty cool. Hey, maybe Aquagorn's a nice reminder to look back at the older sets that you don't like, and give them another shot. You might be pleasantly surprised all these years later and realize, hey, they're actually pretty cool. But if this set is good, well, the pieces, they've got to be pretty good too, right? Well, let's find out. Let's start off with these large yellow horn pieces. Guymebrix has used them on the torso of this creation. And it looks nice, doesn't it? Kind of neatly filling in the space and creating a bit of a smooth transition between pieces. It's beautiful. Also included here is the headpiece. You attach both the brain slug and the mask onto this face. And Khazitraz uses it for Turaga Doom, more specifically his staff. Partnering it with a few other Transdark Blue pieces, this starts to look more like an exotic crystal on the end of his cane. And doesn't that pop of Transdark Blue look so nice alongside the red? I quite like it. And hey, let's talk about this brain slug now. Here it is placed inside a larger mech. And it's kind of adorable. Little teeny tiny dude inside this fearful black and red machine. How quaint. And now you could achieve the exact same result with any color of brain slug. I mean, heck, you could even change the trans clear windscreen to any other color, and that would still look pretty good too. A lot of options here, I like that. So alright, yellow and Transdark Blue, they are very prominent colors on this set. But we've also got a bit of lovely gunmetal as well. How could you use these pieces? Well, I'm obsessed with what LEGO Hobbit Fan has done, turning them into rockwork on a beautiful landscape. Who would have thought that armor shells would look this good as rocks? This might be the most creative use of these pieces that I've ever seen. And then we've got these trans dark blue swords. I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with continuing to use them as swords. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But sometimes it's not about how you use it and more the context in which it's used. Forbidden Projects here shoves this sword in the head of this golden character. That's cool. Some kind of eldritch horror that has a sword still inside their body, but they're still alive. Quite an original concept that does look pretty cool. Imagine this in trans dark blue, like it's some kind of enchanted sword. I like that. And yeah, I do quite like this mask. So here's a couple mocks that use it, and they use it well. OK Susu's self-mock has two of them on the waist. I mean, look at that. They stop looking like masks, and now they're just plates of armor. I guess that's the beauty of a mask like this. A mask that's very flat, because it makes it way easier to place it in all sorts of interesting places. It's a lot easier to integrate into a creation. And finally, we've got three of them being used as faces on this Hydra. This was built by Bionic Supreme. I love this eye design. Feeding a tube through both holes of the mask, and now it's got this kind of like mono eye. And don't these masks look 1,000 times more creepy when you surround them with spikes? Dude, this is cool. And mate, this creation is huge. Everything about it is awesome. The curvature of the body, the sharp design of the wings, and even the fact that it has a Darth Vader head at the end of the tail. I see this more as some sort of like mace or a club. I get the idea that the tail is an interesting weapon that they use to fight their enemies. This is sick. Alright, so yeah, the pieces here are pretty good. But now let's check out a revamp of the set. This one here is made by Kalahiki Mox. Love this. All of that new yellow armor looks brilliant. Even just the choice to use foot pieces for thighs, and then have them kind of branch off of the edges into the waist. And that's accomplished simply by including that blue limb piece. Very nice. But my favorite areas have to be the back and the shoulders. All of these armor shells forming a very spiky spine. It's so dope. There is something about it that feels very aquatic and monstrous. And yeah, the shoulders. I love seeing Nakama Metru's mask right here on the sides. It blends in nicely, but you know, it also blends in with the brain slug. It's kind of the same color. I kind of like the idea that this is a bit of an extension of the brain slug. You know, like the longer it's resting on the head, the more it starts to infect Aquagorn. And now it's actually changing the color of his skin. That's creepy. And then another nice piece, in the same color, are these spikes. This is a somewhat obscure LEGO piece. It appeared in this Chima Ultra Build set called Eris. But yeah, here they look more like aquatic fins or frills. It's certainly cool. There's some awesome shaping on this. It looks really good. And that's Aquagorn. A bit of an underrated gem from this wave of Brain Attack sets. And don't forget, take a look at the links below, and there you can get more inspiration and see more of the mocks from the builders that I featured today. Thanks for watching, guys, happy building, and bye for now. Wabba-baboo!